Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Amir Naufal bin Abdul Mutolib. My matrix number is 01DDT19F1123. Today I will be presenting about the problem-based task on behalf of the network security. Okay, for three questions, which is the first one is identify the goals of the security policy. Second one is identify the structure of the security policy. And the third one is identify the standard, guidelines, and the procedures of the security policy. Okay, so let's take a look for the question. Problems. Organizational information and data must be protected from active and passive attacks and secured from illegal access, unwanted interruption, unauthorized alteration, or annihilation. Many organizations fall victim to such attacks due to weak security policy (ISPS). Also, disrupting these IS policies by IT user makes organization under information security threats. This problem-based would need students explore the implementation of ISPs within a large organization to evaluate policies adequacy and to determine users' awareness and compliance with such policies. Information security focus areas include in this organization. ISPs are password management, use of email, the internet and social networking sites, mobile computing, and information handling. However, the maturity levels of this element varied among focus areas due to a lack of ISP awareness and complaints among users. Okay, so let's go to the identify the goals of the security policy. Okay, so question one about the security policy. We have three um, goals of security policy. One is about the confidentiality. So in a security policy, we know that only the function is to protect the information from being accessed by an authorized parties, which is from the outsider. Okay, so confidentiality is refers to the protecting information from being accessed by unauthorized parties. In other words, only the people who are authorized to do so can gain access to sensitive data, which mean that by conditionality, the person with the authorized only can search the data which is important data for the company. Okay, so in summary, a breach of confidentiality means that someone gains access to the information who shouldn't have access to it. Okay, so for the second is about integrity. Integrity refers to ensuring the authenticity of information, which is that information is not altered and that the source of the information is genuine. Imagine that you have a website. Okay, imagine that you have a website and you sell the products on the site. Okay, and somehow an attackers come to attack your website and alter the price that you have already given in your website and buy with the price that the attacker want. Okay, so it is so harmful. Okay, so this goals should have in the network security. Okay, so number three is availability. Availability means that information is accessible by the authorized user only. Okay, so if an attacker is not able to compromise the first two elements of information security, they may try to execute attacks like denial of service that will bring down the server. Okay, about your server, they will be bring down your server lah, your server, so you cannot open the server. Okay, so availability is one of the important goals in network security. Okay, how about the question two? Identify the structure. Okay, these are the some example that I have get about the structure. So the structure means that how we build our network security by what's one step and other step they are arranged. So it will be the it will be the perfect network security for any company, so that it is safe and it is more, what we should say is more safe lah, like that, safe, and it wouldn't be attacked by the attackers. Okay, about this, question 3 is about the policies, guidelines, and the procedure. Okay, what do we mean by the policy? Okay, policies are high level plans that describe the goals of the procedures. Policies are not guidelines or standards, nor are they procedure of control. Okay, policies describe the security in general terms. Okay, so about guideline is standard baseline describes specific products, configuration, or other mechanism to secure the system. Okay, sometimes security cannot be described as a standard or set as baseline, but some guidance is necessary. Guidelines, it is more like to guide, the guidance from the network security. It was like a people that will guide you, like that. Okay, so about number 3 is about the procedure. The last step before implementation is creating the procedure. In everything must have a procedure in any company or any network policy. Okay, everything must have the procedure. Okay, we can see that they can auditing, administrative, access control, configuration, incident response, and physical environmental. Okay, so that's all from me, from question 1 until question 3, and I will pass to my friend. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhamad Ashief bin Muhammad Nasrum. I will explain the role and responsibility within a security policy. The role and responsibility that are essential to the successful communication of information security policies and standards are defined by this policy and related guidelines. Within the company, functions are expected to have clearly specified duties and an understanding of how information security is to be achieved. Their aim is to explain, organize, and enforce the activities and actions required for the dissemination of security policies, standards, and implementation. There are three the role and responsibility. First, data trustee. The vice president of the company or executive of the organization with policy level responsibility and authoritative decision making for a specific set of information assets. The data trustee will provide established standard for business use of information, assign administrative responsibility to data stewards, monitor compliance and periodically review and violation reports. Second, Information Risk and Policy Council. The responsibility for regulation and supervision of the enterprise information management program rests with the Information Risk and Policy Committee. The IRPC is going to analyze and manage institutional risk, review and recommended policy for the procedure and standards, ensure consistency in this disciplinary process for violation. And lastly, Chief Information Security Officer. The official in charge of coordinating the development of the information security program of the organization. The Chief Executive of Information Security will be coordinate the production and maintenance of policy and practice of information security as specified in the Network Vulnerability Assessment and Incident Response Policy, investigate security incidents and manage their resolution, and lastly, advising data stewards to identify their data and recommending the controls available as specified in the institutional data policy. Identify the concept of security awareness and how to achieve security awareness through education and training. The concept, the concepts of security awareness. Awareness is having knowledge of a situation or fact. The purpose of awareness presentation is simply to concentrate focus on defense. Awareness presentations are intended to design to encourage people to identify and respond appropriately to IT security concerns. How to achieve security awareness through training and education. First, make training easy. Most organizations have heavy workloads that can make security an afterthought. It can be time consuming for organizations to have to arrange in-person cyber awareness training sessions, which can make them even more reluctant to introduce training. Second, measure your progress. The purpose of security awareness is to not only inform users but also to ensure that your employees build a strong security culture. Organizations need to acquire a snapshot of employee habit in order to start. They will use this data to recognize which areas need to be strengthened and take the necessary measure to fix any weak spot. Testing them with simulated pitching is one way to assess user behaviors. Share security news. Everyone, whether at work, at home, or on holiday, is affected by security. People just need to realize that sometimes it can help promote good user knowledge by simply posting a news article about a recent data breach or providing security tips to staff on a week. It also makes protection more important to their life and allows them to consider the ramifications of cyber threat. Hi.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Irfan bin Kamarudin. My registration number is 01DDT9YF1144. I will explain about question number 6, how to respond to a security breach, and question number 7, security incident response tools for security testing. Okay, let me explain about security breach. A security breach defines any attempt to release data to unauthorized environments. This data may or may not be sensitive. In most cases, this data is digital or cloud-based. However, security breaches can happen with physical data such as documents or files. Alright, let's talk about how to respond to a security breach. Containment by users. A user should first identify the cause of the breach and ensure that can be contained. Containment is a fundamental step to incident response to limit the loss or to a minimum by bearing the attack. Do whatever it takes like isolate the system, bring it down if necessary, check the status of other critical systems, isolate the affected asset, and try to resume operation asset. Okay, step may include first, installing patches to resolve viruses and technology flaws. Although a security patch was made available almost immediately once it was discovered, some administrators were slow to react, leaving servers exposed for longer than necessary. Second, resetting passwords for user accounts that may have been compromised and advising users to change other accounts on which they use the same password. Alright, third, disabling network access for computers known to be infected by viruses or other malware so they can be quarantined, and blocking the accounts of users that may have been involved in wrongdoing. Right, lastly, taking steps to recall or delete information, such as recalling emails, asking unintended recipients to destroy copies, or disabling links that have been mistakenly posted. Alright, next is security incident response tools for security testing. Okay, uh, we will use the Sumo Logic. Sumo Logic is a flexible cloud-based intelligent security analytics platform that works on its own and alongside other same solutions on multi-cloud as well as hybrid environments. Next, the platform uses machine learning for enhanced threat detection and events investigations, and can detect the response to a wide range of security issues in real time based on a unified data model. Sumo Logic allows security teams to consolidate security analytics, log management, and compliance and other solutions into one. The solution improves the incident response processes in addition to automating various security tasks. It is also easy to deploy, use, and scale without costly hardware and software upgrades. Okay, the real-time detection provides visibility into the organization's security and compliance and can quickly identify and isolate threats. Sumo Logic helps to enforce the security configurations and continue to monitor the infrastructure, users, applications, and data on the legacy and modern IT systems. First, allows teams to easily and manage security alerts and events. Second, make it easy and less costly to comply with HIPAA, PCI, DSS, SOC 2.0, and other regulations. Right, next, identify security configurations and diversion. Next, detect suspicious behavior from malicious users. Last, advanced access management tools that help to isolate risky assets and users. That's all for me. Thank you.